September 14th, 2014, from the Coliseum in Oakland, California. It was the Houston Texans at the Oakland Raiders. And in this game, the first score was by none other than J.J. Watt, as he caught a 1-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick to put the first score on the board, as the Texans took the lead 7-0. So J.J. Watt and the Houston Texans taking a page out of the Patriots book, is the big man can do it all. Defense, offense, he's scoring touchdowns now. This guy really does deserve to be the top paid player. So then, as the first quarter was coming to a close, Arian Foster had a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Texans were now up 14-0. Then in the second quarter, the only score was a 33-yard field goal from Randy Bullock, as the Houston Texans started off this game with 17 unanswered points in the first half. But they weren't done scoring. It's DeAndre Hopkins scored a 12-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick in the third quarter to make it 24-0. And then, before the third quarter would come to a close, Randy Bullock would kick another field goal, this time a 39-yarder, to make it 27-0, as the Texans opened up this game with 27 unanswered points. But then in the fourth quarter, the Raiders got on the board as Darren McFadden scored on a 1-yard touchdown run to put the first points on the board for Oakland, as it was now a 20-point game at 27-7. But with about 14 minutes left, they sure had their work cut out for them. Nobody would score for the next 9 minutes plus until Randy Bullock kicked a 46-yard field goal, as their drive lasted 9+ minutes, even though they only went 52 yards. But they ate up all that clock, and the score was now 30-7, as they extended their lead back up to 23 points. And now the Raiders were so far behind, but they said, hey, let's score anyway. And James Jones caught a 9-yard touchdown pass from Derek Carr, as the rookie got into the end zone as they connected, and now the score was 30-14. But with only seconds left on the clock, the game came to a close, and the Raiders lose, and the Houston Texans win, as the Houston Texans are now 2-0 to start the season, and the Raiders are 0-2. And in this game, Derek Carr was 27 for 42 with 263 passing yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Ryan Fitzpatrick was 14 for 19 with 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. The leading rusher of this game was Arian Foster, as he tore it up on the ground for 138 yards off of 28 carries, and he also had a touchdown as well. And the leading receiver was James Jones for the Raiders, as he had 112 yards off 9 receptions and a touchdown. So Houston takes it to the Raiders, as their defense is just phenomenal. It's just shutting people down. They didn't necessarily put up big numbers. They didn't get a sack. They did have the 2 interceptions, Jackson and Reed, but they just were too much as they got up to that big, huge lead. They were up 27-0 before the Raiders even got on the board, as this one got out of control early, and the Texans end up winning 30-14, as they are in first place in their division, the AFC South, sitting there at 2-0, and the Raiders are in last place in the AFC West at 0-2.